Alright guys, today we're going to be covering 4 main categories of types of items in Escape from Tarkov. First, we got our gold items. Now this applies to like GP coins, physical bitcoins, and vases. Any item that holds some type of value. I can give other examples like cats, the lions, the horses, and the chickens. You can find these items in vaults, and we'll be getting into those more in depth in a bit. Second type of item, we got our tech items. Now this could be graphics cards, CPUs. Another great example is USBs. Anything that has to do with tech that you can find inside tech stores. Alright, next we got our hardware items, our industrial items. Now this applies to anything like bolts, screws, we got plexiglass, anything that, like tape, anything that you can have in your hideout and help you out in your hideout. Alright, lastly we got quest items. Now this can apply to gas analyzers, flash drives, anything that you guys need for your quests and other people will also need for their quests. Alright, first let's get into the gold items. Now all these items can be found inside of secured vaults. You can find vaults scattered all across the map. A great example of the vault is the one in factory next to the window extraction. Now inside vaults you can find things like vases, gold chains, gold skull rings, lions, chickens, horses. Now all of these items do hold value. The one thing I'd say watch out for is knowing when to pick something up and if that item will be good for you or apply to you. Now a lot of these items will apply for your quests. Now I have a picture of all the quests right here. All the quest items you guys will ever need. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'll also link it down in the description below. Every item you'll need for your quests. Alright, so now that you guys have seen that, you guys know what you guys need. Be sure to look out for items like that. Now, obviously, the only way you guys are going to know if you're going to need an item is just by playing the game. You're going to learn the game and you're going to know what to pick up and what not to over time. But gold items are one of the things that you always want to pick up because they always hold value. Even if you can't sell them directly to the flea market or if you can't use them in the quest, you can always sell them to the therapist for a bunch of money. Be sure to put them in your gammas or your alphas if you ever get the chance to. Alright, next we're going to be talking about tech items. Now tech items are often used in your hideout. They can also be turned in for cash to the therapist. Now if they are found in raid, you can sell them on the flea market for tons of money because everybody's trying to get their Bitcoin farms in. Now for the newer players who don't know, in the hideout there is this thing called the Bitcoin farm. Now here we are in my hideout. Obviously I don't have it leveled up right now, but later on in the game, if you guys were to, the Bitcoin farm generates a bunch of Bitcoins for you guys, makes you money while you're not in the hideout or not playing. A great passive income. But for you guys to upgrade it, you're going to need a lot of materials. As you can see, only for the level 1 you need power supply, CPU fans, cords, and even a drill. Later on you guys are going to need graphics cards, and those go for a huge chunk of money on the flea market. Now if you guys want to know how to get tech items easily, you guys can go watch the video. I'm going to put a card up on the right hand corner right now. It's a great video. It shows you guys where you guys can find any tech items on the map interchange, and it's a really easy run through and guide. Alright, also I'm going to put up every single item that you guys will need for your hideout right now. I'll also link it in the description for you guys to be able to go and look at it in further detail. If you guys want, pause the video and just take a look at it real quick. Obviously it's really hard to find out or to remember every single item you're going to need, so it's a great little helping guide for you guys to keep on your phone or on your PC. Another great resource that I would recommend is the Escape from Tarkov wiki. If you guys ever are questionable about what type of value an item might hold, all you need to do is go to the Escape from Tarkov wiki, search up the item, and it tells you if it's used in quests or for trades, or even if it's needed in your hideout. So that's a great tool. I'll also link the Escape from Tarkov wiki down below. Alright, next we're going to talk about some hardware items from the industrial section. Now these can be farmed on interchange also. If you guys go look at my guide, it's a great video. I highly recommend it. Now these items are often used in the hideout and they hold extreme value in the beginning of wipes. I would highly recommend picking up any of these items just because they go for only one inventory slot. Now items like the duct tape or insulating tape might not be as needed as a pack of screws or screw nuts, and bolts, for example, bolts go for a ton in the beginning. Also light bulbs will make you a bunch of money. They go for like around, I believe, 30k right now. Yeah, as you guys can see, the light bulbs do go for around 38 grand, which is a huge chunk of money for just one inventory slot, and you can find them all around the place, right? Just like I said in my video, I'm gonna put up the card right now Now that video, it tells you how to get light bulbs, graphics cards, Tetrises, Bitcoins, every guys need to know on the map interchange. As you guys can see, it's such a common spawn, but it's going for so much money right now because you need it in your hideout upgrades. Now lastly, we're going to talk about quest items. Now, quest items can apply for a bunch of different stuff. This can apply to barter goods and tech goods, such as the flash drive. This can also apply to keys that you're going to need for your quests, like the machinery key. Also, if you guys need to know how to do the machinery key quest, I will put a card up on the top right hand corner. It's a great video that I made. Really easy run through, 1.5 minutes, quick, easy, to the point. Anyway, also, stuff like dog tags and gold chains that you'll need on later on quests, they're useful to hold on to because, let's say, this is a USEC one, right? Let me find. This is a bear, right? So the bears are a lot harder to find because not as many players go for them. And eventually on later on quests, you're going to need 7 type of each dog tag for bear and USEC. So it's great to hold on to the bear ones that are lower levels that you won't even need to sell. Like this is a level 4, I'm just holding on to this right now. Obviously, it's not that hard to kill people and get their dog tags, but it's just great to keep in your inventory so you will have it out the way once you're at that higher level. Now, that's another point of interest I want to talk to you guys about, knowing when to keep something and knowing when to sell it. Right, so right now I have 2 gold chains that are found and rated in my inventory. Alright, so the gold chain quest isn't for a long time. And the only reason why I'm not selling these right now is because I have the money for it. Now, if we were to look on the flea market, they're going for around 30k to 35k right now. Honestly, I wouldn't sell them because they're not horrible to find, but like they're not that easy. And like for 30k, I mean, I don't really need that type of money. I have a good amount already. So I'd rather hold on to items like those. Also, items that are worth a chunk of money but are hard to find are also nice to keep if you're looking to upgrade for quests and or your hideout. Now this could be items like the graphics card and right here I have a flash drive. Now the flash drive and graphics card both go for a decent chunk of money on the flea market. As you guys can see, the flash drive is going for around 60k right now. The graphics card is going around for 230 to 200k right now, which is a decent chunk of money for one singular item, right? Now, some of you might not be wanting the Bitcoin farm upgrades or aren't even there yet and aren't worrying about that right now. It'd be a great idea for you guys to sell it on the flea market and get some loadouts from that. Now, this graphics card actually I found in my video that I'll leave in the description for you guys on how to make money on the map interchange. Now, a great rule of thumb is to look at the tools that I've left for you guys in the description. Obviously, the wiki will help out a shit ton. Like, you guys see these Alyonka chocolate bars, right? You'll think, well, I'll never actually need this. And then you'll go to the traders, right? You go to therapist. She gives the most for barter goods. Go down to your Alyonkas. You'll see that they're currently going for 300 rubles. And you're like, yeah, I mean, I'm not using it. It's just a chocolate bar, right? But actually, if you guys go to your flea market and you search up the chocolate bars, right? You'll see that the chocolate bars are going for 8 grand and about going upwards of 10 grand. So it's just like knowing when to sell items, knowing when to keep them. It's great to keep some items and just test out the waters, see the flea market, see whenever they're selling hot. Now, right now, in the beginning of the wipe, like I said, it's a great time to sell hardware goods, like packs of screws, light bulbs, any type of thing that's used in the hideout to upgrade. As you guys can see, these bolts, right? The bolts, if we go to the traders, therapist is selling bolts 750, right? But if we go to our flea market and we search up bolts, we can see that bolts right now are going for 22 to 25 grand, upwards of 28. And they're sitting comfortably at the 30k mark. So it's just knowing when and how to keep your items and selling them at perfect times. It's a skill that is only learned by playing the game and testing out the flea market. The worst mistake I see players make is not take everything, right? So the best thing you guys can do to yourselves is just to take everything and keep everything and see what it can cost in the flea market. Now, this brings us to the last part of our video, and this is probably the most important part and something that people who are newer to the game won't take into account as much. Now, the Tarkov community calls this last part min-maxing. Now this might be a new term for people in the Tarkov community who haven't played the game as much, but basically just a quick rundown. All it means is taking the minimum amount of space required and making the maximum amount of profit, right? So let's say if we were in a raid and we had our tri-zip backpack. Let's say if I had this helmet, right, and I wanted to take it with me, and I already have a helmet on, let's say. Now, min-maxing is knowing when some items are worth less than others and to open up space for them. For example, this body armor right here isn't worth much, but as you guys can see, it's taking out a 3x3 space. Now that's a lot of space compared to this 2x2 helmet, right? So what we can do, since this helmet is worth more money per slot and just more money in general, we can put that slot here, and now we have more space for other items like Alyankas, tapes, whatever it might be. This is a great strategy to use in game to know when stuff is worth more per box and to pick those items up instead of the others. Now obviously you guys are only going to know this by playing the game. One of the best items to pick up off your raids will be attachments. For example, this laser designator right here, it takes up only one slot, but it's worth 10 grand, right? While this helmet will take out 2x2, 4 slots, and it's worth 20k. Now this is worth more money than this helmet per slot, even though the helmet is worth more money overall. So it's a better idea to fill up your inventory with stuff that's worth more money per slot to min-max. Alright guys, this has been the basics of Tarkov looting. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like and comment. If you guys want to see more stuff like this in the future, leave your suggestions down below. I'm always open to suggestions. Actually, this video was suggested by a viewer. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.